Hi girls, and guys. So today I wanted to show you this brand new from Uber Chic. It's called Mood Ring Pigment Paint for nails. And it comes in a real pretty hollow box. Love their stuff. And I love the warning on the top. It's adorable because it says, "Warning, may cause an excessive amount of happiness." And it is pretty fun, and it does kind of make you happy. And it says truly rainbow nails that change with temperature. And it says that there's a 12 color spectrum. So anyway, here's a sample that I did, and I hope you can see some of the colors that are on it right now. And I'm not doing anything to it. That's just doing it all on its own. And partly it depends on how the light hits it, but it's all a temperature, sensitivity thing. So I'm gonna show you how I did this. And I have them on some of my nails too, and of course mine are even different colors because of my body temperature. So anyway, let's get started. So I went ahead and I've got a couple nails. Here, let me put this one up here. So I have, this one's already prepared with black, and all I did was just a base coat. Actually what I used McCart's base gel coat. But you can use any base coat or product that you like using. But I used a coat of this. I set it in the LED light for 45 seconds. And then I used 2 coats of Delicious Black Shadow. And don't do them too thick because the black's got a lot of pigment. It takes forever to dry or set up right. But just good coverage. 2 coats of that. And then I did a coat of McCart's Top It Off. So it's a no wipe, no cleanse. So, whatever brand you like of that. I also use IBD's Intense Seal. It's also a no wipe, no cleanse. But in this case, I use this, and I really like it. So, I will show you what I did, from the start. So we're going to start with a nail tip, and we're going to go ahead and put this base coat on. Sorry for the heater in the background. Getting pretty cold already. So we're just going to put a, not too thick of a coat, just a, thin to normal coat. And then we're going to put it in an LED light. And I'm just going to use my little Delish Travel LED light that I love. And we're just going to put this in here. Let me get this out of the way and put that there so it can set. And while we're doing that, because you got, a fair amount of coats and you have to wait for them to dry, especially for the pigment paint, that takes the longest. So even in the LED light, you can also let that air dry, it says, but I think it's faster if you put it in your light to set it. And you can also do this on regular polish. You don't have to use gel. I think it probably will last better for sure with the gel though. And I prefer using the gel. So we're going to go ahead and put a coat of this on our prepared nail. So remember, there's a base coat, and prepare your nails like you normally would. Dehydrate them if you use a bonder or you use a primer or whatever. And then your base coat, which we just did on here. So let's go ahead, since we got that done, and do our next coat. So now we're going to do the black because we got our base coat. We just set that, right? And then we're just going to do a coat of black. And don't do it too thick, like I said, because, it's got a lot of pigment in it, and you don't want it to not be set all the way. And you don't want to have to spend a lot of extra time trying to get it to set in your light. You want to get to the fun part, putting on the pigment paint. So I'm not trying to put it on thicker, I'm just trying to make sure I got a good coverage on here. You want to try and get everything as covered as good as you can, and I hope you can see it, and as smooth as you can. So it doesn't look great on the first coat, just like most polishes. Okay, so back to this one. Hope this isn't going to confuse you doing it this way. But we've already got this one ready to go to put the pigment paint on, so we're going to do a coat of that because it takes a while to dry. So it comes in this little tiny bottle. And so it's kind of a, I don't know what color you call it, sort of a goldish tannish color. And so you just you know, you're just going to put a coat of this on, and I try to, you know, some practice you'll figure out what's too thick, too thin, but don't try not to put it too thick or it'll take forever. Plus, you know, you'll use it up faster too. You don't want to wrap this over the edge because then you'll get peeling. It'll peel up from the edge, and you don't want to do that. So you just want to get a good, you know, good coverage. And then how you can tell this is done, you know, how it's dry, is this will go clear. So that makes it really easy. So we're going to put this in the LED light, take our other one out, because our other one is, can't talk, sorry, is done. And now we're just going to do a second coat of the black on this one. So I don't know if I can do it and see your direction, but I'm trying. Okay. Okay, so let me see if I got it smooth and all over the place, and it looks like I got it covered good. And you want to make sure that you get your black all the way down the sides of your nail, you know, on the sides too, so you know that, so it looks good. Because you're not going to want to wrap your paint, so you know, you don't have to wrap your black, but just make sure you've got it covered really good, because if you have any white edges, you know, with black, it's really going to show. So as soon as this one goes off, I'll show you what this one looks like. So I don't know if you can see in this light, I hope so, but it's not done yet. It still has that kind of whatever, that, I don't know what it is, golden flesh tone, beige, taupe, whatever it is. It still has some on there, so it's not set all the way. So we're going to go ahead and put our black in, and we'll put this other one back in together. There we go. So okay, so we've got our black done on that one. We'll put that over aside, and then we're going to get our top coat, which I'm using the McCart's Top It Off. We'll put this over our black before we do the pigment paint. And then on the other one, we're going to do a second coat of pigment paint. So I hope it's not confusing this way. I really hope it's not. But I just figured you might want to see, just in case you had any questions, of how I do the base, how many coats, and when we put the pigment paint on. So I figured I would do, you know, that for you too. Okay, so the longest part is going to be setting it in this LED light. Sorry about that, but I wanted to do this in real time, you know, so that you actually know for real what's going on. Can you see my nails already changing though? Isn't that cool? Can you see them? I just love it. It's so fun. It's really fun. Okay, so this one still has some little bits of that goldy beige on it, which means it's still not completely dry. And we're going to take, I think I'll go ahead and just sit that one in again. And we're going to go ahead and put our top coat. There's our black, our second coat of black. We're going to go ahead and put our Top It Off on. Our no wipe, no cleanse. Now, if you're doing regular nails, then you wouldn't be using the gel, you know, no cleanse top coat, but I suggest that you probably want to do a water-based top coat. I do this, I think of this, I don't know if you've ever done the powdered pigments, you know, like the chromes and hollows and all that, you know, where you rub it in the nail, but I do the same layers, same prep and layers that I would do for that, and I seal it the same way. So if you don't want to change how the pigment looks, then you want to use a no wipe top coat underneath and a no wipe top coat on top, and you want to do a water base, you know, underneath and a water base on top for the regular polish. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, so there's that. We're going to go ahead and set that top coat on the black, and then that will be ready. Okay, so it looks like there's just one tiny little spot left over here. I don't know if I will mess it up putting on some more, but I'm going to put some more on anyway, because just for, you know, time's sake. So we're just going to put, now I personally think that I figured out that if you can let this set a few minutes after you've taken it out, you know, after you set the first coat, before you put the second coat on, it might be less likely to glob on there. I think if it's too warm, it's more likely to glob, but that's, you can do it however you want. That's just my opinion. I think it goes on smoother if you can, you know, put it on a cooler nail. Okay, so it looks a little different when it goes on the second coat, but it should be fine. As soon as it's dry, it will be fine. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and set that under the light. And so we've done our 2 coats of this, of the Uber Chic's Mood Ring pigment paint. We just did our second coat. And so now the second coat does tend to take longer than the first coat. And it's kind of, you want to make sure that when you put that top coat, no cleanse top coat over the black, when you put that on, you want to get that as smooth and as covered as well as you can, because if you have any spots missing, or if you have any streaks or anything, it might show up with this. Just like when you're doing the powdered pigments, you want that no cleanse top coat that's underneath the pigment, that's over your color and underneath pigment. You want that to be as smooth as possible so that this looks as smooth and pretty. So you can see that this second coat, that's real easy to see right now, that it's like way not close to being dry. So we'll do that one. I'm going to take the black out. And so you just got to be patient, and if you're doing regular polish, you're really going to want to be patient, because you're going to want to make sure that every coat, from your base coat all the way up to finish, that is dry in between all of them really good. So anyway, so this one's ready. We could put pigment paint on it now. It's a no cleanse and no wipe, so you don't have the sticky inhibition layer, and I think that's the best way to go. And so now you would just go with your, pigment paint next. But we're not going to do another one of those. This one's ready to go though. So that's what you would do to get it ready. And now if we can just get our other one, the pigment all dry. Now see, and this is another reason why you want to try to get it on as thin as you can, but good coverage as you can, because it can take forever or feels like forever. I've actually figured it out. It takes a lot longer when you're doing these sample nails, these tips, because there's not any body heat. It's not connected to a finger. So it takes anywhere from 6 to 7 times to set it, is what I counted on this one that I did for each, of those paint layers. And you do 2 paint layers. So I forgot about that. I should have probably done it on one of my fingers, because on your finger it took 3 to 5 times, and probably closer to 3 or maybe 4, like I said, depending on how thin, or thick you put on each coat of color. But really fun. So while we're waiting, it's done. Well, it's not done. See, look, so you can see there's some of it is, done, set, dry, and then there's a lot that still isn't. So hopefully it will be done soon so we can finish it up. In the meantime, I'm gonna use the blow dryer to show, so you can see the colors that it is right now, hopefully. And then we're gonna put the blow dryer on it so you can see some of the change. So it changed, and then it's going kind of bluish, greenish. Really fun, and I think great to do nail art on. I've only done one. This is brand new, so I just got it, and I did do hand painted on mine. I've already taken it off because I'm getting ready to do something else on it. But the hand painting was really pretty, and I just did it so that it was on this, some leaves and berries, just kind of draping down the side. I didn't want to cover up the whole thing. You want to be able to see it, but you can do it, however you want. Some people do the galaxy nails. So you're seeing like galaxy, you're seeing this through along with whatever else you put on there, paint and stuff to make the galaxy nails. And some people use it for the sky, with trees and that kind of thing. So, but I think you can use it for anything. I definitely think leaves is really pretty. So if we go like that, it goes like a cobalt blue, which I think is beautiful. I think it's beautiful no matter what color it's on. And when I got up this morning, these ones here were kind of a chestnut, between a chestnut and a milk chocolate. Like, it was gorgeous. So, you know, any of the colors are really pretty. So now it's starting to go add some green back into it. So I hope you can see that. Can you see the green? I hope. Okay, let's check this anyway. All right, so now we've got it mostly set, but just this part right here. So let's go. Hopefully one more time it will be done. Okay, so now on this one, I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of that chestnut color coming up on the bottom, kind of an amber color. Hopefully it'll do more. There's a little bit more, a little bit more. They're so fun. And so you can just sometimes, like when I put my nails up against my face, you know, I forget how you kind of rest against your face, and that will change them. And, you know, if you put your thumb on, you know, your finger on your nail can do it. And if you want to show a friend and you want to make it really quick, if you got a blow dryer, you know, that's the quickest and easiest way to do it, of course. Okay, let's check. Not done yet. Hurry up. So it's changing right now. See some of the kind of a lime green, little chestnut. Okay, hurry up. I want it to finish. So all we have to do, as soon as that creamish, you know, color goes away, turns clear on the paint, then all we have to do is do our, we're going to, oops, not that one. We're going to do our top it off, you know, or if you're doing regular polish, of course, you would do your water base. And you want to do 2 coats because you don't want to take a chance that it's not sealed good. And the other thing is, you got to be careful when you're putting that paint on. Don't wrap the paint to the sides. Don't wrap it to the sides or it will peel. It'll start peeling because this paint is water-based. So you have to make sure that you've got it sealed really good. So just do the paint on the surface layer only. And then when you do your 2 coats of top coat, make sure you get it covered really good. And I wrap those. Like the gel, I wrapped the gel, especially with mine because they're pointed. And so you'll wear off the edge and the points, you know, first. And then once you do that, you know, that's your protection over your paint. Your paint will start to chip and go. So you want to make sure I wrap my 2 top coats all the way of gel to the side. I wrap them to the side, to the edge. And I even on my points made it go over a little bit. And so I set it, you know, twice for each 2 top coats. And then I turned my fingernails upside down and I set it this way too. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but definitely don't wrap the paint to the edge. Keep it to the surface and then do wrap your top coat. So there's a teeny little strip still there, right there. So we're going to do one more. I know this is going to make it a long video, sorry, but I just wanted to show you, you know, in real life, you know, how this works. So we've got that, and then let's see what's going on with their colors. Okay, so isn't changing a whole lot, but it says 12 spectrums, so it's supposed to be like 12 colors. I don't know, but it's really fun and it's really cool. I don't know if I can get this one to change from just putting my thumb on it. I don't know how warm my thumb is, but we'll try. Okay, it just made it kind of that dark cobalt, and then it should start changing on its own again. So really fun. You can see mine are changing, kind of doing their own thing. And see how pretty this is right here. So this is pretty for like if you wanted to do some, maybe some white trees or black and white trees, you know, and stars or, you know, whatever. So, okay, we just got one teeny little spot there and, oh my goodness. Let me see if I can get rid of that because I would like to put the top coat on for you. At least 1 coat. So, let me do the blow dryer again. Ooh, look at that lime green that's coming up there. So it's like yellow. I've seen like orange, I've seen red, I've seen that amber color, that rust, you know, ambery, chestnutty color, the milk chocolate. I've seen this, you know, kind of bluish, greenish, lime green. I've seen kind of a grass green. I've seen it go from real pretty blues, real pretty blues to dark blue and to even black. Like if it's really cold, like look at this one. If it isn't black, it looks black when it's like that. And then here's some pink. You can maybe you can see on mine. There's some pinkish in there. I hope you can see them. I don't know. It's kind of some pinkish there. Just oops. Sorry, I keep dropping my hand down. It's hard to see. Okay, let's check because the clock is ticking. And it's finally dry and set. And look at the colors already on this one. And there's that kind of pretty, you know, chestnutty, whatever, orange color. So let's put a top coat over it. Okay, so we're just gonna sweep it over it. And then, like I said, you'll want to make sure that you kind of wrap it, you know, in your own nail. And, okay, let's get it in there. And anyway, this is really fun. I think you're gonna have a blast with it. And you can even watch, you know, they have been doing some discounts off. You might even be able to find something still online. If you have, I think, their app on your phone, one of the gals said yesterday that she got 25% off. So, you know, I've seen it go from 15 to 20 to 25, and hopefully you can get a discount. If not, it's still awesome. It's full price. It's $29.99. Now they have a flat rate shipping, so if it's in the U.S., that's another $5. If it's out of the U.S., it's a $10. But I got it in like 4 days, so that was pretty good. Okay, so that's how it looks. I'm not going to do the second coat, take the time to do it, but it's that real pretty cobalt blue and green, and it's already starting changing the colors. So really gorgeous. I hope this helps. Hope you have a blast. Hope you get it and have a blast. Lots of fun with it. So Mood Ring Pigment Paint from Uber Chic. And so thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and click on the bell icon. And I'll be doing another tutorial really soon on fall clear jelly stamper plate. Thank you. Bye-bye, guys.